Hello, dear one. It's May here, speaking to you softly, like we're sitting together in the quiet of the evening, just you and me. No rush, no judgment, just a story from my heart to yours. I remember the moment it all caught up with me. I was in the hospital bed, the beeps of the machine steady around me, the sterile smell of antiseptic in the air. My chest felt tight, like someone had wrapped a band around it and was pulling slowly tighter and tighter. The doctor stood there, his face kind but serious, saying words like exhaustion, stress-related collapse. Your body has been running on empty for too long. I lay there, staring at the ceiling, feeling the tears slip down my temples into my hair. And in that quiet room with no one else around, no husband holding my hand, no children rushing in with worried faces, I thought, how did I get here? How did the woman who held everyone together end up alone, broken like this? I pretended I was fine for so long. I smiled through the tiredness, said, I'm okay, when my back ached from carrying everyone else's weight. I told myself it was what mothers do, what wives do, what good women do. But my body, it finally said no more. Let me take you back, sweetheart. Let me tell you how it all began so you can see how these things creep up slowly like fog rolling in, until one day you can't see your own hand in front of your face. It started many years ago when I was younger, full of dreams and hope. I grew up in a small house on the edge of town, with my parents and my younger brother. My mother was quiet, always working, cleaning, cooking, mending clothes late into the night. My father worked long hours at the factory. We weren't rich, but we had love. Or at least that's what I told myself. I met Robert, my husband, at 22. He was handsome with a steady job as a mechanic, and eyes that looked at me like I was something special. We married quickly, in a simple ceremony at the local church. I remember standing there in my white dress, feeling like the world was opening up for me. We bought a little house, nothing fancy, but it was ours. Our first son, David, came 2 years later. Holding him in my arms that first night, his tiny fingers wrapped around mine. Oh, it was magic. I felt a love so deep it scared me a little. Then came Emily, our daughter, 3 years after that. And finally Michael, the baby of the family. Those early years were busy, joyful chaos. Diapers, feedings, first steps, first words. Robert worked hard, sometimes 2 shifts to make ends meet. I stayed home because that's what felt right. I loved being there for them, the school runs, the packed lunches, the bedtime stories. I remember the smell of fresh bread baking on Sundays, the sound of laughter echoing through the kitchen as the kids chased each other around the table. Robert would come home tired, but he'd scoop them up, toss them in the air, and for a moment everything felt perfect. But slowly things shifted. Little things at first. Robert got promoted, which meant more responsibility, longer hours. He was proud and I was proud of him. But evenings became quieter for me. The kids asleep, the house tidy, and me sitting alone with a cup of tea, waiting for him to come through the door. David grew into a strong-willed boy, always testing boundaries. Emily was sensitive, needing extra hugs after school. Michael was the quiet one, watching everything with those big eyes. I handled it all. The doctor's appointments, the parent-teacher meetings, the homework battles. When Robert's mother moved in with us after his father passed, well, that was family, wasn't it? She needed care and I was there. She was a strong woman, my mother-in-law, Helen. Opinionated. She had her ways of doing things the right way, as she called it. I'd cook dinner and she'd come in tasting the sauce, adding a pinch of this or that. Just to help, dear, she'd say with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. First I laughed it off, but over time it wore on me. Feeling like a guest in my own kitchen, my own home. The kids started going to her for things. Grandma makes it better, they'd say. And I'd smile, say nothing, because family comes first. Money was tight sometimes. Robert's job paid well, but with 3 kids and Helen's medical bills, I took on sewing work from home, mending clothes for neighbors, making curtains. Late nights at the machine, my eyes burning, but it helped. I told myself I was lucky. So many women had it worse. But there were moments. Small ones. Like my 40th birthday. I hoped for something special, a dinner out maybe. Robert forgot until the last minute. Rushed home with the store cake. The kids were excited, but Helen complained the frosting was too sweet. I blew out the candles alone in my thoughts, wishing for, I don't even know what. Or the time Emily had her school play. I was backstage helping with costumes, Robert working late. Helen said she was too tired to come. No one in the audience for my girl but me. Clapping extra loud to make up for it. Pushed it down. Pretended I was fine. As the years went on, the kids grew. David met Sarah. A bright young woman with a good job in the city. They married, moved an hour away. Grandchildren came, 2 beautiful boys. I was over the moon, driving there every weekend to help, babysitting so they could have date nights. Emily struggled a bit. College didn't work out. A bad breakup left her heartbroken. She moved back home for a while. I nursed her through it, late night talks over tea, encouraging her to find her path. She did eventually, met a nice man, started a family of her own. Michael was the wanderer. Joined the military station far away. Calls on holidays, promises to visit soon. Robert retired early, health issues, his knees from years of work. More time at home, but he took up golf with old friends out most days. Helen needed more care as she aged. Doctor visits, medications, meals in bed when she couldn't get up. I was the one there day in day out. The house felt fuller and emptier at the same time. I started feeling it in my body first. Aches that wouldn't go away. Tiredness that sleep didn't fix. Headaches. But I kept going. I'm fine, I'd say when anyone asked. One day Sarah called. David had been promoted again, big move across the country for a better job. We'll miss you, Mom, she said, but there was excitement in her voice. They left, promising visits. Emily's family grew 2-3 kids now. Busy lives. We'll come soon, they'd say. Michael deployed overseas. Robert spent more time at the club. Helen passed quietly one night. I found her in the morning peaceful. The funeral was small. The kids came back for it, tears and hugs. Then life pulled them away again. The house was quiet now. Just Robert and me. I filled the days with routines. Cleaning, gardening, volunteering at the local shelter. Anything to keep busy. But inside I felt invisible. Like I'd given everything. My youth, my energy, my dreams, and now what was left? I never complained. Pretended I was fine. Until that day. It was an ordinary morning. I woke up, made coffee, felt the tightness in my chest. Thought it was indigestion. Went about my day, grocery shopping, laundry. By afternoon the pain sharpened. I sat down thinking it'd pass. Called Robert, he was at golf. I'm fine, I told the neighbor who checked on me. But I wasn't. The ambulance came. Tests. Diagnosis. My heart was stressed, my body depleted. Years of carrying too much alone. In the hospital, visitors trickled in at first. Robert guilty-faced. The kids called, promised to come soon. But days passed. I healed slowly, alone with my thoughts. That's when I realized. I had pretended for so long that everyone believed it. Believed I didn't need anything. That I was unbreakable. But we all break eventually. Now, as I sit here telling you this years later, things are different. Slowly. The collapse was my turning point. My body gave up, but in a way it saved me. I learned to speak up. To say, I need help. To say, I'm not fine. The kids came around, really came around. David and his family moved closer. Emily visits weekly. Michael calls more. Robert. We really talked for the first time in years. He saw me finally. And me? I started taking care of myself. Walks in the morning. A book club with other women like me. Time for painting, something I loved as a girl but gave up. Dear one, if you're listening and this sounds familiar. If you're pretending carrying it all alone, please don't wait for your body to give up. You are worthy of care. Of rest. Of being seen. We women, we give so much. But we must give to ourselves too. Your heart matters. Your peace matters. You don't have to pretend anymore. Take a breath. Reach out. Let someone in. Because you, sweet soul, are not alone. And you never have to be fine all the time. That's my story. Thank you for listening. With love, May.